Welcome back to Double Down University. I'm back at you guys with another college basketball prospects video, and today I have two props on the early slate of games. The first one being Sebastian Thomas over 33.5 fantasy score, as well as Thomas Sober over 22.5 points and rebounds. So let's get into it. Let's start off with Thomas Sober. So in his matchup, they have a 17-point spread in that game. So he has to make the most of his opportunities, as well as the Yale game is a better spread. It's a 2.5-point spread between Yale and Rhode Island. So starting off with Thomas Sober, in his matchup, he has a near proximity advantage. He is a big, so he has an advantage down low, and then also he has a field goal percentage advantage, as well as they allow opponents to shoot a poor field goal percentage. They like to speed up the pace, as they're 27th in college basketball in pace, UMBC, and Georgetown is more middle of the pack as far as pace wise. But when I look at UMBC from a rebounding perspective, they basically are really poor at rebounding, as they're 310th in the country in offensive rebound percentage. They're 292nd in defensive rebound percentage. So this is a really good spot for him to be able to grab multiple rebounds on the offensive end as well as defensively. And then just overall, he should smash in this spot, because I looked at all of the games that he went over points and rebounds, and he had monster games against Albany, Lehigh, and Fairfield. And one thing that is a common denominator with all the opponents is that they give up a bunch of points in the paint, and then they also give up a bunch of defensive rebounds. And this is actually his best matchup so far this season, as I put every team that he's faced on the scatter plot. Like I said, Mount St. Mary's, Lehigh, and Fairfield are his best as far as stat wise, and I think that today's matchup is going to be even better for him against UMBC. As you can see here, they're in a league of their own right here as far as, compared to the other matchups that he's faced. So this is a really good spot for him. And then just looking at his just team stats of just like the usage rate of his team. So he has, let's see, where is he? Let me take Rhode Island off of here. Just have Georgetown. So what we're going to focus on is points in the paint and rebound percentage. So points in the paint, where is it? Okay, so percentage of points in the paint, and then we're going to do rebound percentage. Rebound percentage. So as you can see here, he has a 64% points in the paint percentage. So 64% of his points come in the paint, and he has an 18% rebound percentage, which is higher than any teammate that he has. So he is the main rebounder of the team. That's his role. And then if you look recently, he's been able to start more games. He's kind of came off the bench one game against Notre Dame, but they figured out that he's their best post player, so they have to start him. And as you can see, his minutes is steadily increasing. 23 minutes in his first start, 25, 28, and then 32 against Albany. And he managed to get 11 defensive rebounds against Albany with 14 points. He does get to the free throw line a little bit. He only had one free throw last game. Didn't have a free throw against Wagner. Wagner played kind of slow pace, and they foul a lot, so that was kind of concerning that he didn't get free throws against Wagner. But I like him in this spot. This is a really good spot for him. If he's productive, he should soar over this line of 22.5. And then moving forward to Sebastian Thomas. Sebastian Thomas is their leading scorer for Rhode Island, as he averages 15.8 points per game. He averages 8 assists as well, 2 steals on the season. That's why I want his fantasy score, because he averages 2.5 steals. Doesn't really turn the ball over too much, as he averages only 1.7 turnovers per game. But if he's getting steals, then he's going to be able to combat that turnover margin, especially if you're getting a fantasy score. And then he averages 7 free throw attempts per game, and this is a perfect matchup for him because Yale likes to foul a lot, as they're 301 in the country, or 301st in the country, and keeping their hands to themselves, which they don't do a good job of. And Rhode Island is really good at getting to the free throw line, as they're 20th in the country at being able to draw fouls and get to the line, and he's their best player as far as drawing fouls, as he draws 5 fouls per game. They have a 3-point and mid-range advantage. Near proximity is kind of about even, so you can still get, some easy layups around the rim, especially off of steal opportunities. Now, they do like to push the pace. They're 33rd in pace, and then Yale is more of a slower pace team, methodical. I wish they had Yale props on the board because I really like one of their shooters. I watched a lot of their games so far this year. They have really, really good players. This game should be a really good game. So, and then same thing for him. I kind of just looked at his steals per minute, his steals in minutes. So he averages 2.5 steals, and he manages the most minutes on the team at 32 minutes per game. Then I put all his teams on a scatter plot, and I basically did from field goal percentage against as on one axis, and then free throws attempted on another axis. So this game is pretty much comparable to UT Arlington, which they foul a lot more than Yale, but they're comparable as far as fouling and free throw percentage or field goal percentage. And then just looking at that matchup, I think he managed to foul out in that matchup. Yeah, he fouled out with 5 fouls. He went under by 1.5 or something like that. He went under his fantasy score. But he's managed to smash in every other game at 34 fantasy points, 43, 47, 35, and 33.8. So that 0.8 is really crucial because his line is 33.5. So I really, really like him in this spot, especially when it gets to, if this game stays close and it gets to late game fouling. That can be a bonus as well. You can play his points, but I want to play his steal potential and his assist potential as well. Or you can play his points and assists. I think he covers all three of these lines, especially in this matchup today. So those are my 2 props for you guys, and I go back over them. So I have Sebastian Thomas over 33.5 fantasy score, as well as Thomas Sorber over 22.5 points and rebounds. I appreciate you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.